Trump, the macho man, not wearing a mask, daring it all, just taking every chance. Macho man, Donald Trump. Biden said he thinks he's a macho man. Donald J. Trump, the macho man, right? This is great. Mask or no mask? That's the question. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. Right there is the phone number. You can contact us. Email me anytime, day or night. Now, let me tell you, this is my favorite text. We're going to play a little of this video if you're out there. Yesterday, you sent me a text. I don't know who you are. I just have a phone number. But you sent me a text, and I love this. I thought you would get, now guess who this is? Not who sent the text, I don't know. I thought you would get a laugh out of this dumbass. Now, if I had one of those old timers, I'd be, who do you think the dumbass is? Excuse me for the bad language already. Laugh out loud, have a great day. That would be Joe Biden, and you, a viewer out there, sent me a 17-minute video that I absolutely enjoyed. In fact, we may play a couple minutes of that video today. You know what I'm missing? I can't find my glasses. They must be downstairs. I can make it to the first. So, the mask. Now, I want to ask you a question. You got the phone number. One more time. Put the phone number and the email address up, and you can go on social media. I have asked this. Okay, the mask. Mask. Give me number 32 there, Destiny. By the way, good morning, Destiny. Give me 32. Okay, the battle over masks. So, what say you? I do not wear a mask. I do not. Went out to dinner downtown Blue Ridge yesterday. Did not wear a mask. Went into the grocery store yesterday. Did not wear a mask. And I will tell you, I have fear in the grocery store. I watch everybody now because there are stories about people spitting on people that go the wrong directions. I mean, if you stop and think about it, I understand they don't want people to pass and all this. I get it. But following directions in a store with arrows. So I look at it. Do not enter. They've got these big signs on the floor. Do not enter. Big red with an X on it. What the hell? I mean, you missed something. You got to go to the next aisle. Go. It's like you missed an exit. Seriously. So I watch in the grocery store. Now, yesterday I was in the store. I don't want to say 50-50. I'm going to say 60-40. 40 had mask on. Depends on what time you're in and what day. You could say the numbers are different. But I want to know from you, mask or no mask? I do not wear one. All right. Now, they are trying to, Joe Biden has his mask on, trying to appeal to seniors. Okay. Because the most, would the word be vulnerable population, the age group are seniors in this pandemic, the fear, okay? So they are the strongest voting bloc in America, our seniors. So Joe is trying to wear a mask to appeal to white women over 65 and men, because he is with you. He's going to keep you safe. Joe is. So mask or no mask? I just want to know. What is the deal? So number 39, what is 39? We're going to talk about this. Okay. Number 39 here this morning. Trump to Cooper. You have a week to decide on the RNC. Is his name Roy Cooper, the governor of North Carolina? He has a week. Trump's throwed it down. We'll leave Charlotte. They are, see, the Democrats know, okay? And nobody wants to use the word hoax with this pandemic. But the Democrats know that the majority of everything going on with the reporting and what they are doing in Democrat states is politically is a political move against Trump. Period. Okay. Now, I called somebody yesterday, a former reporter with our company that had to go on hiatus, and when the pandemic hit, and I asked how they were doing and how their family, anybody in their family affected. No, we're doing fine. We're doing okay. So we know the pandemic is real, but Democrats are in a box here. Trump to Cooper, you have a week to decide. Let me tell you something. If Trump leaves, Trump's rolling the major dice here, okay? Give me the big dice. Give me the Trump doesn't roll the regular dice at the table. He takes the old fuzzy dice that used to be hanging from the rearview mirror. Give me the big set of dice. I'm rolling the big set. What was that game that they gave you dice this big to roll? I forget what it was, a game show years ago. That's what Trump's rolling. He's rolling the bigs, okay? Because if the convention comes off August 24th through 27th, and they don't have to, they'll probably have photos wherever it's at of ambulance parked outside. They'll probably have a CNN reporter. Hi, I'm Biff with CNN. There's 3 ambulances right there in case somebody falls ill with COVID-19. We will be right here because at the doors of the convention center, they're going to be sticking sticks or poking sticks up your nose and taking your temperature to see if you're hot before you go in. If we have anybody with COVID, I will be right here to say he has COVID, right? I'm telling you, you know it and I know it. So Trump's rolling the dice. Look, Charlotte, we're going to have a convention. It's going to be normal. See, Trump, the problem with the media, and I've got so much to go over, I don't want to get stuck, but the problem with the media right now, like they only have one problem, is they are going to do everything to be anti-normal. They want a new normal. They want a new way of things being done. They want to prepare for the second wave, okay? And if there is no second wave, then the media wants to say it's because they are awesome, right? Trump wants to go the route of normal, okay? Normally, we don't wear a mask. Normally, we have a convention. Normally, we go to a ball game with fans. Trump's pushing to go back to normal, okay? Because even though the 100,000 the death toll that they will create over 100,000 today, it's like a Jerry Lewis telethon. I'm serious. I'm not joking. If you will watch this, I'm not making light of anyone dying with COVID-19. Not doing it. But watch CNN and MSNBC, and it's like they got a tote board. Okay, hold on. We're going to check the tote board, will you? We're only 300 away from 100,000. You almost did it, America. Just watch. It's sickening what they do. So anyhow, he's got a week. Number 43. So let me ask you a question. I don't know if I'm getting this correct or not. Let's see what it is. So do you think, let's talk about this, all right? Do you think with world-class facilities, restaurants, hotels, and workforce, Georgia would be honored to safely host the Republican National Convention? We hope you will consider the Peach State at Real Donald Trump. So we have our first. What did I ask this morning? Yesterday morning on the show, I come right out of the boxes. I wonder who will be the first Republican governor to say, hey, I still think you ought to go to West Virginia. I just think so, man. Wouldn't it be wild? But ain't wild, wonderful West Virginia? Like, people from Idaho could see what West Virginia looks like they care. But that being said, I said yesterday morning, who will be the first Republican guy? Well, Kemp jumps out of the box. Now, my thought is this is the olive branch that Kemp wants to send to Trump. Okay, now how does this play out? Is this Kemp apologizing for Kelly Loeffler? Or is this Kemp saying, I'm sorry, Mr. President? Or is this Kemp's little, hey, remember me, Brian Kemp? I made the decision to reopen. How you like me now? What Kemp is it? I think it's the olive branch Brian Kemp saying, if I could get him, do you think what it would be like if I could get the president of the United States that said, I'm not very happy with that Brian Kemp, and the whole world fell for it being about reopening Georgia. But that whole I'm not happy with Brian Kemp thing could be gone. Just like that, it could vanish. So I don't know. What say you? Now, we're going to talk about it today. All right. Give me number 3. Number 3. Okay. So here's Kelly. That's not very nice. I got her with her mask on, you know. I figured she wanted to be just like Joe Biden. That's not nice. That's, well, it's what's on the article. Report Feds drop pre-lockdown insider trading investigation for 3 of 4 senators, Richard Burr, and there is what's her name? Kelly. What's her name? Kelly Loeffler. So let's go to number 1. Georgia Senator Kelly Loeffler confirms feds cleared her of stock trading violations. Well, let me say this. It's the best I could do. Kelly finally had a good day in the press. Yesterday, if you pull up Kelly Loeffler, she finally had a good day in the press, Senator Loeffler did. But in the court of public opinion, what say you? Okay. Now, let me say this, and we will move on because we have June 9th. It is 5/27/2020. June 9th is the primary here in Georgia. This is not on the primary ballot. I had somebody put a post up when early voting started and said, I went to vote today and I could not find Doug Collins on the ballot. No, it is now when a lot of Georgians are realizing this is a jungle primary. It's not on your ballot when you go to vote between now and June 9th. Okay. This is a free for all. Collins is on that. So this is going to go this particular race between Doug Collins, Pastor Warnock, I think that's his name, and Kelly Loeffler and several more will be on the November ballot. So the only thing I would say out there to you Doug Collins supporters, Collins knows this, that a week is an eternity in politics. And we have June 9th, so we'll just say June, July, August, September, October. We have 5 full months, and she had a good day in the press yesterday. Let's see what happens in the next 5 months. So that's I will be commenting more later. That's about as nice as I can get with Loeffler right now. I can't get all chummy with her. Give me number 4. This is number 4. Grinnell declassifies document that is very significant to origin of Russian investigation. So Richard Grinnell is leaving as far as acting national, let's see, is it national? Yeah, National Intelligence Director. Richard is leaving. By the way, when Richard goes to a party, he dresses like this, number 5. When Richard's out and he's at a party, this is how he dresses. Number 5, there you go. There is Richard out at a party at night. And then by day, number 4, he was the acting director of national intelligence. Now, you would think that you got to think about this and put it down and just say, wait a minute. So a collusion by a cabal
to take down a sitting president, which we know is true. We have the details on, and we have the facts, and this is going to happen. The acting director comes in just in time. What was he? He was ambassador to somewhere, right? So this guy to the media freaked the media out. So you always know when the media freaks out over something big's about to happen. So this guy is gay. I mean, this should be their man. This guy is going to be in the history books. Is he the first openly gay acting director of national intelligence? Is he? I don't know. But the gay guy here swooped in. They freaked out. I mean, I only know to say this because, you could judge me any way you want, but go back and watch MSNBC, ABC, CBS, watch every news account. I mean, in most states, the reporting on Richard Grenell equals a hate crime. It does. In most states, the reporting on Richard Grenell is an act of hate, gay bashing, whatever you want to call it. So, moving right along, he goes right in there and he releases, isn't that interesting? This guy, a gay guy, acting director, he has no experience. Well, let me tell you what he had enough experience to do. He had enough experience to find out what was necessary to be declassified before he left. Now, I'm not saying he talked to John Durham that is running the investigation, the criminal investigation. They will not report that. He is running a criminal investigation, John Durham is. They will not report that Bob Barr, William Barr, the not acting, he's playing the role of Attorney General, is so even-handed. Now, that's what I get into. I'm not going to get lost in the Barr woods today, okay? But he is so even-handed that I'm thinking that I'm on board that he is determined to bring back rule of law. Now, think about that. What we're trying to bring back in this country, rule of law. So Grenell knows enough to move in, right? And declassify enough to be moving right along. Give me number 6. Grenell declassifies document said to be very significant in origin of Russian probe. So, look, we're going to take a break. But before we do, we want to, because thank you very much for sending me that video. We think what we will do throughout the show is just play some of the bumbling, stumbling lines that this bozo, the presumptive nominee of the Democrat Party, that very last video, it's 17 minutes long, just started at the beginning, and when I give you the circle, come back to me, and then hold that, because throughout the show, we'll take off from that point, play a little more and a little more. So that very last video I sent you this morning, play a minute of that for me.
My name's Joe Biden. I'm running for President of the United States. Look me over. If you like what you see, help out. If not, vote for the other person.
I just spoke at Dartmouth on health care. At the medical school, or not, I guess I wasn't actually on the campus, but the people from the medical school were at the, I want to be clear, I'm not going nuts. I'm not sure whether it was a medical school or where the hell I spoke, but it was on the campus.
I want to thank Rich Fitzgerald, the county executive, Allegheny County executive, for being here. And I propose, and I'm going to digress slightly, we're in a situation, the president asked me to head up a cancer moonshot.
President Biden, just to be clear, would you or would you not rejoin the TPP, yes or no?
I would not rejoin the TPP as it was initially put forward.
In Guatemala, El Salvador, and to win and stay in.
Hold it right there, because this is one of the best, okay? This bumbling, stumbling. Let me say this before I go to break. I know I'm not the only one saying this, and I've said it before.
You need to be clear. Okay? You need to be very clear. Let's be clear. Joe Biden, and give me the one, is it 32 with this bozo and his mask on? Right? Yeah. Okay. Battle over mask, number 32, before I go to break. This bozo wearing the black mask, okay, is the presumptive nominee. Now, they've already given him, you got to think about this, they've already given him, all right, Secret Service detail as the nominee. Think about that, all right? Now, once you become the nominee of the United States of America, as soon as Donald Trump left that convention in 2015, he had Secret Service detail. He had a couple spies. What car are you riding in? Spy cars number 3. Secret Service is 1 and 2. So Trump had a couple Secret Service detail cars and the one spy car. I'm sorry, man. It's so damn true, right? We're keeping an eye on him. Where's he going? He's turning left. All right. Papadopoulos is on the corner. I'm sorry. Let me get past this. I'm going to make a serious show out of this. But the deep state, and you cringe when I say that. The president says it. I say it too. He says we have a chance to topple the deep state, and we do. The deep state is vetting Biden's potential vice presidential picks now. One more time. The deep state is vetting Biden's vice presidential picks now. Why? That is who will be the next president of the United States, not Joe Biden. That is who they have to be okay that this individual will bring back the behemoth of the bureaucracies that Trump will bring down. They have to be clear that this person, the next president of the United States, not Joe Biden, will re-engage with China, will go into the TPP, Trans-Pacific Partnership, will enter deals with the World Health Organization, will advance spending and increase spending on the UN. The world global citizen, who will be the best world global citizen to make the president of the United States. They're vetting now. Joe Biden, think about it before we go to break, already has Secret Service detail. He's not the nominee. You get it when you are, but they already have it set up for him. Okay. Second, they're going to make him look so damn presidential. I'm going to tell you what's going ready to happen. Second, if Joe would win, I know you don't like that, but if Joe would win the presidency, it would 90 days in. Joe will be sick. He will fall ill. Something will happen. So you better pay attention to the vice presidential pick. Battle over masks. What say you? How they plan to make Joe look presidential. I don't think I'm getting to everything today, but we're going to try. We'll be right back.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
As Georgia opens back up, it's time to come back to Day Chevrolet in Jasper with huge savings on the North Georgia Mountain's biggest selection of pre-owned vehicles. All makes, all models, all with low miles and a super low price. Or buy new and get 0% financing for 84 months on every single Silverado 1500 or Equinox at Day Chevrolet in Jasper. Day Chevrolet. Days gets it done. Find new roads.
All right, so we're back. I'm your host, BKP. There is the name and number. There's the email address, all the ways to follow us on social media, and contact the show. All right, so as we left, I'm telling you that, you know, the fix is in. Anything they can do to make Joe Biden look presidential, sound presidential, they will edit the audio. They'll work on everything they can because Democrats care, okay? And they always try to take that away from Republicans, that Republicans don't care. Democrats always try to put out symbolism as though they care. Biden wearing a mask, he cares, okay? The media is putting him up, Joe Scarborough and Minka this morning, how much he cares. So let's do this, all right? Twitter, all right? Twitter has, they are, let me say this. All right, I'm going to get this out now. If only, all right, if only President Trump, 89, give me number 89, okay? Now, I forget this guy's name, and he has a mask, and Trump can't hear him, and he asks him to lower the mask. And, you know, Trump said, oh, yeah, you're being politically correct. This is true. These people are outside, away from a microphone. They could pull the mask down to ask the question, put their mask back up. People are wearing, I said this on the mask when it started, people are wearing designer masks. All right, you're Americans out there, you Americans love to order something, okay? And I said when this started that designer masks would come out, okay? Going places, I'm seeing the total neck V into a mask. I mean, I said that in stores, the mask would match. You would go to a section and there would be a pair of slacks, a shirt, and you know how they'll put in the same section for men or women things that match. So you got a pair of slacks, okay? Then you'll have 3 shirts that go with it because, you know, we have no idea what goes with anything. So we have the 3 shirts, and then there will be the ties, or for women, whatever, and then there will be the designer mask that would go with that. And I said early on that was going to happen, and it is. The mask is a designer. It's more for looks now, believe it or not. That's my, now I have actually doctor's orders. So anyhow, they are in Trump yesterday with the letter that was published by Dr. Klausutis, okay, Klausutis, where Lori, number 12, okay, so Lori is number 12. Here's Joe Scarborough, and there's Lori Klausutis, used to work for Joe Scarborough, okay, we'll get into this in a minute. Trump has tweeted some things out. There was a Dr. Timothy. I would like for you to go find me a picture of Dr. Timothy Klausutis, PhD, anywhere on the internet. I can't find him. Now, maybe if you can and send it to me, maybe he's in a medical journal somewhere, something, maybe a picture hanging on his office wall. I just can't find Timothy anywhere, okay, on the internet. Just, this is Lori, right? Lori, she died. Boom, bumped their head, gone. He retired from the Congress ASAP a couple months after this, okay? And then Trump says, hey, you know, it's a cold case. It needs looked into. And it's really got in Scarborough's head. It really has. It's gotten his head. Because Scarborough was on Imus yucking it up. They're all offended. The family's hurt. Everybody's hurt over what Trump has said. But
We'll get into that in a minute. So let's go. They're using this, and I'm going to find it right here. Okay. Let me go here real quick. Number 70. Okay. Number 70, they're all in a celebration mode. Yes, they are, because we're at 99. This is the tote board. I told you, it's like, is it Labor Day weekend, the Jerry Lewis telethon? I'm serious. I'm not. They want to run to the tote board. As of 3:38 a.m. this morning, May 27th, we're up to 99,706. 298 shy of the big 100. I mean, balloons are going to fall out of the sky at CNN. All right? Confetti, whoever it is, it will be unmatched, the 100. The only thing they can hope for now, all right? Trump is still here, okay? Trump has never, he stayed in the White House, but worked the entire time on the coronavirus task force. He came out in public with people in a room, reporters, every day. He had everybody around him, from Pompeo to you name it, everybody around Trump. All right? And he makes it through. So they had a White House page or somebody in the White House that had the virus. See, they don't want to tell you that the person that was in the White House that contracted the virus is alive. If we only could report today that the cases that were positive in the White House, these people are dead. This is how sick these people are. That's what they wish. Now, right now, if Trump could only get the virus, if Trump gets the virus, Trump's rolling the big dice. He's ready for the big convention. Okay? He's going places. He went to Pennsylvania. He went to Michigan. He went to Arizona. That's right. If he could just get the virus, I've got to get moved on. So look, yesterday, the media's head was spinning off. Okay. So let me see what I got here. Let's go a couple pictures here. Number 9, this is Twitter, not Twitter. This is top stories. If you go to Google and put in Trump with Twitter, Twitter labels Trump tweets with fact check for the first time. See, Timothy Klasudis wrote the letter to the New York Times begging. He wrote the letter to Jack Dorsey, right? CEO of Twitter, please take this heartache and pain from my family that Trump has inflicted on us and get these tweets down. All right. Number 12, there's Scarborough and Lori Kasudis. Okay. Here's number 14. This is CNN. They're in on it. They're pushing it hard. Trump defends baseless claims about former congressmen. Baseless. Okay. This is on CNN, number 15 this morning. Trump defends baseless. She's on there doing a report this morning. Okay. We'll get to the mask thing in a minute. Number 18, Trump defends baseless claims against former congressmen. There's Trump's tweet. Twitter is completely stifling free speech, and I, as president, will not allow it to happen. Now, here's what happens. Let's see if I have those. If you go to Trump's tweet about mail-in ballots, right here, number 19, what you need to know, okay? All right. What you need to know, Trump falsely claimed that mail-in ballots would lead to rigged elections. However, fact checkers say there is no evidence that mail-in ballots are linked to voter fraud. The fact checkers, CNN. All right, let's go to another one. And we're going to get He's in Scarborough's head. Okay. Hold on. Number 28, they're all worried about reopening, the cautious reopening. There's CNN. Okay. I want to do the masks as separate. I want to get into Joe Scarborough's head first. Okay. Number 37, this is on CNN. They did a whole thing on Trump defends baseless claim about former congressman. All right. Hold on just a second. Let me get a couple more. We're going to talk about proxy votes, right? Here, I'm leaving town. Take my vote. You're more than welcome. Okay. Just a couple more things on the MSNBC. Fact checking. Let's go back to that because this is what caused the fact checking with Scarborough and Minka Brzezinski making a big deal. Okay. Number 58, Twitter fact checks Trump's tweets for the first time, calls mail-in ballot. There it is. The Twitter spokesperson told NBC News on Tuesday that the tweets contain potentially misleading information about voter process and have been labeled to provide additional context around mail-in ballots. So I think what we have to do on everything on Twitter is we have to counter all the fake news with our own articles. Yes, everything you see on there, okay? We need to start countering. Every time you see something, you need to find factual articles and say, this is actually, check out this for the facts. Fact checking 101. Okay. Number 59. This is what happens when you see a Trump tweet, what you need to know. 60. Okay. This is what will happen, right? Trump makes unsubstantiated claim that mail-in ballots will lead to voter fraud. Okay, now here's 61. Here's how it starts. Okay, they put the tweet out, and right underneath it, as you can see on the left, they've highlighted here, get the facts about mail-in ballots. So right under to the left of this tweet, there is no way, zero, that mail-in ballots will be anything less than substantially fraudulent. Mailboxes will be robbed, ballots will be forged, and even illegal printing out of fraudulent. They go to their own print shop, right? Here, print me a couple of these extra absentee ballots. Now, right underneath that, you see they've pulled it out where they highlight an asterisk, get the facts on mail-in ballots. So number 62, Twitter is now interfering in the 2020 presidential election. They are saying my statement on mail-in ballots, Twitter is completely stifling free speech. That's the president's response. Number 63, Brad Parscale, the 2020 campaign said, we always knew that Silicon Valley would pull out all the stops to obstruct and interfere with President Trump getting his message through to the voters, right? There you go. There's the campaign statement. Let me see if I have anything else on that, because now we want to talk about right here, MSNBC, number 67, U.S. approaches 100,000 COVID-19 deaths. The tote board is running, all right? Number 69, I wonder if my dad is in this magazine. Or the other day, number 69, USA Today. The other day, I think New York Times, was it yesterday or day before, printed all the names. I got to get that one, and I want to get this one. I wonder if my dad's name's in there. So they have 100,000 on the front cover. Okay. We will go into that in just a minute. I want to see what else we have. Not wearing a mask. Okay. they have this morning. I don't want to pass this up yet. They bring in the Democrat vote pimp, number 83, because of Minneapolis. They've got the Democrat vote pimp. That's what he is. He's there to pimp out the Democrat vote for black. It should be the black vote pimp, okay? And then we have the Wall Street Journal, the presidential smear, number 90. Give me number 90. Mr. Trump always hits back at critics, and Mr. Scarborough has called the president mentally ill, among other things, but suggesting the talk show host is implicated in a woman's death isn't political hardball. It's a smear. Mr. Trump rightly denounces the lies spread about him in the Steele dossier, but he's trafficking this, number 91. Donald Trump sometimes traffics in conspiracy. That must be me. Because innuendos in 2016 about Ted Cruz's father, JFK assassination, but his latest accusation against MSNBC host Joe Scarborough is ugly, even for him. Even for Donald, this is bad. Number 92, we don't write this with any expectation that Mr. Trump will stop. Perhaps he even thinks this helps him politically, though we can't imagine how. But Mr. Trump is debasing the office. Is that it? All right. And he's hurting the country. Do I have that up? Yeah, he's hurting the country in doing so. The editorial board at the Wall Street Journal, good for them. Then you have number 93, okay? The Atlantic, okay? The malignant cruelty of Donald Trump in the Atlantic, okay? Number 94, he's in Scarborough's head, and they are all coming together to attack Trump. Okay. Conspiracy theories have long been evidence of Trump's twisted psychology. All right. You read that there? Long twisted. When someone calls him out for incompetence and ethical wrongdoing, conspiracy theories often become his weapon of choice. I'm just reading them because what's our weapon of choice here? Okay. Number 95, Donald Trump doesn't merely want to criticize his opponents. He wants to take a depraved delight in inflicting pain, okay? Even if there's collateral damage in the process, as is the case with the Closet family. There's something quite sick about it all. Number 96, this is on Morning Joe. They're going through it. Now, this is the one. They might be out of order, but listen to this. Will Trump's white evangelical supporters, Franklin Graham, Jeffries, Huckabee, Ralph Reed, defend this behavior as the perfect embodiment of the New Testament ethic, the credo of Jesus, the message from the Sermon on the Mount? I like when they pull out the credo of Jesus. Should we go through all the credos of Jesus? Should we? Should we talk about abortion? Or is that a credo of Jesus? Should we go through all of the sins that Jesus said, hey, this is bad, don't do it? And notice they've picked out the credo of Jesus. Love. I love covers everything. Oh, now they're loving the Democrats. They love and they care. So will they, New Testament ethics, the credo of Jesus, the message from the Sermon on the Mount. Blessed are the brutal. Is that what they're saying? For they shall inherit the earth. Is that what they're saying? Blessed is the brutal. 97. There is wickedness in our president. This is the Atlantic, the malignant cruelty. There's wickedness in our president that long ago corrupted him. It's corrupted his party
and it's in the process of corrupting the country. So him, the party, the country, we're all going down. He is the crimson stain on American decency. He needs to go. Number 98, the malignant cruelty. There is the 98, there is Al Sharpton, the domestic terrorist, the Democrat black vote pimp. There he is. Okay. So let's go. He's in Scarborough's head. The media can't take it. So yesterday, they want to know. Let's go with the press conference yesterday. Bad Joe, President Trump wraps up theory of Joe Scarborough and the media explodes. This is important. Not Richard Grenell and what he's released concerning the try to take down of a duly elected president. So let's go to Bad Joe and play that one.
Lori's family at this time.
Why is the president making these unfounded allegations? I mean, this is pretty nuts, isn't it? The president's accusing somebody of possible murder. The family is pleading with the president to please stop unfounded conspiracy theories. Why is he doing it?
Well, I would note that the president said this morning that this is not an original Trump thought, and it is not. In fact, 2003 on Don Imus's show, it was Don Imus and Joe Scarborough that joked about killing an intern, joked and laughed about it. So that was, I'm sure, pretty hurtful to Lori's family, and Joe Scarborough himself brought this up with Don Imus, and Joe Scarborough himself can answer it.
He's the president of the United States, and he's accusing somebody of possibly murder. I mean, this is different. He's not a private citizen. He's the president.
Yeah, and Joe Scarborough, if we want to start talking about false accusations, we have quite a few we can go through about Mika asserting.
I'm asking about the president's allegation.
And I'm replying to you and saying this morning, as recently, I believe it was this morning or yesterday, Mika accused the president of being responsible for 100,000 deaths in this country. That's incredibly irresponsible. They've dragged his family through the mud. They've made false accusations that I won't go through, that I would not say from this podium, against the president of the United States, and they should be held to account for their falsehoods. Joe Scarborough should be held to account for saying people will die by taking hydroxychloroquine. Never mind the millions of Americans and people across the world who take it for rheumatoid arthritis and other reasons. There are a litany of false headlines like Mika.
The president spreading a false conspiracy theory that suggests that he's responsible for murder?
I would point you back to Joe Scarborough, who laughed and joked about this item on Don Imus's show. It's Joe Scarborough that has to answer these questions. Stephen.
Thank you. If I could, two questions. John Radcliffe was sworn in as intelligence director today. Has the president decided what's next for Rick Grenell in terms of an appointment?
He hasn't, but Rick Grenell is a very valued member of this administration. He's done extraordinary work at ODNI. He has a great history. We'll see where he goes next, but just
this. Where does Richard Grenell go next? I like the end of that. That's why I played it. So 1 in 100,000, right? 1 in 100,000. I watch every morning. She is exactly correct. They are cheering and saying that Donald Trump killed all 100,000 because they keep repeating. I'm watching it. The Columbia study that is garbage, trash, that says if Trump just would have made some decisions 2 weeks earlier, nobody had to die. Nobody. They're all 100,000. Trump. If you take hydroxychloroquine, you will die. It will kill people. 1 in 100,000. Murder, he wrote. Murder. He's talking about murder. Murder. Now, I have two videos I want to play, and one has they're the same thing, but one's just a little different. Let's play the one that's called Very Sad. Trump reacts to reporter's question about Scarborough. It's out of that article I sent you. Let's play that one.
Yes, please. Anybody? Yeah, please. Mr. President, two questions about a couple of things you've tweeted about in the last few days. Were you meaning to criticize Vice President Biden for wearing a mask yesterday? And can you explain why you've been tweeting about a conspiracy theory that has been proven to not be true?
No, Biden can wear a mask, but he was standing outside with his wife, perfect conditions, perfect weather. They're inside, they don't wear masks. And so I thought it was very unusual that he had one on. But I thought that was fine. I wasn't criticizing him at all. Why would I ever do a thing like that? And your second question was? I couldn't hear you. Can you take it up because I cannot hear you?
I'll just speak louder, sir.
Oh, okay, good. You want to be politically correct. Go ahead.
No, sir. I just want to wear the mask.
Go ahead.
The second question was about your tweets about the woman who died, who you're suggesting that Joe Scarborough was responsible.
Yeah, a lot of people suggest that. And hopefully someday people are going to find out. Certainly a very suspicious situation, very sad and very suspicious. Question, please.
I asked you not to tweet about it anymore, sir.
Mr. President, though, have you seen the letter that was written by her husband begging Twitter to delete your tweets, talking about how hard it's been for his family, for him to deal with that?
But I'm sure that ultimately they want to get to the bottom of it, and it's a very serious situation. I also saw a clip with Joe and Imus, where they were having a lot of fun at her expense, and I thought it was totally inappropriate. No, it's a very suspicious thing, and I hope somebody gets to the bottom of it. It'll be a very good thing. As you know, there's no statute of limitations, so it would be a very good thing to do. Okay, who's next? Any questions on insulin? Yeah.
President of the United States, by the way, any questions on insulin? By the way, cut an enormous, cost of insulin to Medicare subscribers. Cut it. Insulin, major cuts. Look it up. Nothing. These whack jobs. These are the questions. Now, I want to play another one. I think it has most of the same thing. It was something I thought I heard in this one that I didn't hear in that one. So let's go to it's very suspicious. Trump doubles down on Joe Scarborough. Let's see if I pick up anything different here. There's a reason I pulled this one. Play it anyway, even if it's.
Your second question was? I couldn't hear you.
Can
you take it up because I cannot hear you?
I'll just speak louder, sir.
Oh, okay, good. You want to be politically correct. Go ahead.
No, sir. I just want to wear the mask.
Go ahead.
The second question was about your tweets about the woman who died, who you're suggesting that Joe Scarborough was responsible.
Yeah, a lot of people suggest that, and hopefully someday people are going to find out. Certainly a very suspicious situation, very sad and very suspicious. Question, please.
I asked you not to tweet about it anymore, sir.
Mr. President, though, have you seen the letter that was written by her husband begging Twitter to delete your tweets, talking about how hard it's been for his family, for him to deal with that?
But I'm sure that ultimately they want to get to the bottom of it, and it's a very serious situation. I also saw a clip with Joe and Imus, where they were having a lot of fun at her expense, and I thought it was totally inappropriate. No, it's a very suspicious thing, and I hope somebody gets to the bottom of it. It'll be a very good thing. As you know, there's no statute of limitations, so it would be a very good thing to do. Okay, who's next?
Okay, so let me look at this. Let me look at a couple things first. I want to pull a couple things out this morning. Nobody asked about insulin. Have you read the letter that Timothy, and I'm asking you again, Timothy Klasudis, PhD, find a picture of him, find some background information, okay? Now, most doctors, whatever they may be, if you can find it, please send it, okay? So let me find something very quickly here that I clipped a couple things out this morning that hopefully I can come up with. Hang tight. We're going to do the mask or no mask. All right. Where are my clips? Because, hey, hope someday. Have you seen the letter? Do you mean the letter on Richard Grenell, what he released today that is very damning evidence? No. The letter on you saying that. All right, come on. Where am I at here? All right, stay with me. I'll get there. Computer's running very well today. Joe Scar. All right, give me number 81. All right, number 81. One of the young guns there, Joseph, back when he was called Joseph Scarborough, used to serve in the U.S. served as a U.S. Republican congressman in the Florida's 1st District from 95 to 2001. He shortly resigned 5 months into his 4th term. 5 months into his 4th term. 5, count it, into his 4th term. 5 months in. 5 months into his 4th term in September 2001. 2 months before resignation on July 20th, 2001. 2 months. He was only 5 months into his 4th term. That means he would have been there when he was done 8 years. But he completed 6 and he started year 7. 5 months in, he resigned. 2 months before his resignation on July 20th, 2001, his intern, Lori Klasudis, was found dead inside his office on the floor. Her body was discovered by a couple who wanted to speak to Klasudis about a work permit issue they had. Found her on the floor. Dead. All right, dead. Let me see. I had something here. Now, the curious case of the death of Joe Scarborough's intern. All right. With recent attacks on President Donald Trump, an accusation of threats of blackmail by Joe Scarborough and Mika Brzezinski, the daughter of co-founder of Trilateral Commissioner Brzezinski, some information about Scarborough's past has come to surface. All right. Just saying. Okay. I mean, I'm just reading what's on the teleprompter. There you go. Look it up yourself. Do research. All right. Trump said, now, 2 months, 4 months into his 4th term, 5 months into his 4th term, 2 months after this girl dies. Let me tell you something, man. You don't joke about that. You never joke about that. Where is the family's pain? Now, you want to talk about recent pain, okay? Now, Joe's off the campaign trail, and he jumps right onto the MSNBC bandwagon. We played this yesterday. Can you pull up the Don Imus, Joe Scarborough? I think it's one of the last ones I sent you close to it. Could you play that one more time this morning?
But you've got to, occasionally we're going to try to help you. And you've just, right, Charles, you've got to listen. So.
Well, tell me what I need to do.
Well, no, you're doing great. I mean, don't be afraid to be funny.
Okay.
Because you are funny. That was I asked you why you weren't in Congress. You said you'd had sex with the intern, then you had to kill her.
Exactly.
I mean, that's pretty risky to say.
What are you going to do?
So it could be, you can be very good. I mean, I actually like Keith Olbermann, and I like Matthews, and it could work out for you.
Well, it's going to be a good lineup. And the guys at NBC and women at NBC looks like they're going to stick with us longer than they did with Donahue, which I'm glad they were impatient with him. And I think it's going to work out. And one of these days, who knows, you may TiVo it.
It was very nice of you to take the time to do this, and I appreciate it. And thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having
All right, so the video froze up. Sorry about the momentary delay. Sorry about that. Okay, now, what are you going to do? Exactly. Don Imus, Joe Scarborough yucking it up, okay? What are you going to do? Exactly. You have sex with an intern. You have to kill her. Yeah, exactly. What are you going to do? Yucking it up. Donald Trump said, okay, hope someday. Have you seen the letter? Have you seen the letter? No. A lot of people want to know. Get to the bottom of this someday. There's no statute of limitations. So, hey, Joe, he's in your head. You can't take it. Everybody's trying to defend Scarborough. Go to the video of Joe, the bumbling, the one I told you, just hold there, and every once in a while we're going to play 2 minutes. Go to that one, play some bumbling Joe Biden. And then when you do this today, save this video. Save this video. Put it somewhere that anytime I say, let's load this up and get some bumbling Biden into the show. So play a couple minutes of this, then we'll take another break.
I know I'm called middle class, Joe. It's not meant as a compliment. It means I'm not sophisticated. And there's an area where there's an important difference between this and there's an important difference between the candidates. I'm running. The country wasn't built by Wall Street bankers, CEOs, and hedge fund managers. This guy is moving to just foment hate. The price for whatever the drug costs are. Well, folks, eliminate one tax loophole out of $1.6 trillion worth, $1.4 trillion worth. Out of $1.4 billion. It's hard to even say it, it's so much. And by the way, it's cost a lot of money. It cost about $740 billion over 10 years. Every single solitary person qualified in community college, increasing number of 6 to 9 million people. If you like your employer-based policy, you can keep that policy. If you agree with me, go to Joe 3.
All right, hold it right there. Let's put up number 34. Number 34, Trump mocks Biden for wearing mask in public. Let me tell you something. The Democrat Party, just on what you're seeing in that video, that's the reason they got a muzzle. It's not a mask. They got a muzzle on his ass, okay? And they will not let him out in public. And this way they can shut him up, okay? Because if Biden comes out and he's wearing a mask at all times and we make it a national crisis that you must wear the mask, okay? You are going to be shamed if you do not wear the mask. But when we make it a public crisis here, Biden will be able to use the mask, talk to reporters, and when we have a bumbling idiot Biden moment, they will say, no, you did not hear that. It was the mask. I will take a break. We're going to come back and talk about the mask, and we got a lot more to go over. Holy mackerel, proxy votes. That's what the founding fathers intended, right? Hey, I'm going out of town. You want my vote? We'll be right back.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
Hello, my name is Chad Watkins. I'm the manager at Larry's Body Shop. We are a family-owned and operated business and have been serving the North Georgia area since 1978. We are located at 1216 Progress Road in LOJ, Georgia. Our shop specializes in collision repair and we work with all major insurance companies. Larry's Body Shop is ICAR Gold, the highest role of training recognized by the collision repair industry. It is estimated that only 10% of collision shops meet these standards. Our shop consists of state-of-the-art equipment such as laser measurement system, down-drive spray booth, spot and MIG welding equipment. All of our paints are mixed on-site so that we can guarantee your paint to match every time. I know that having an accident can be a stressful event. We take pride in making sure our customers are satisfied with the repair of their vehicles. Our waiting area is clean and comfortable with free Wi-Fi and refreshing beverages. So if you're in an accident, stop by and see us at Larry's Body Shop.
Circuit World has 9-piece living room packages at incredible prices. Get this stylish sofa and love seat, 3 tables, 2 lamps, 43-inch 4K TV, and stand, all for only $1699.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this 9-piece living room and reclining sofa and reclining love seat, now only $1999.99 or $149.99 a month. These packages are amazing. Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
Ace is your helpful place for paint and home goods, tools, outdoor living, and lawn equipment. But did you know Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge is a little bit more? We have hunting rifles and accessories for your next hunting trip. We have Amish furniture imported directly from Ohio. And we have Ace Custom Woodworks for all your custom wood project needs, from cabinets to artwork. Ace Hardware of Blue Ridge. We have your new house in stock.
As Georgia opens back up, it's time to come back to Day Chevrolet in Jasper with huge savings on the North Georgia Mountain's biggest selection of pre-owned vehicles. All makes, all models, all with low miles and a super low price. Or buy new and get 0% financing for 84 months on every single Silverado 1500 or Equinox at Day Chevrolet in Jasper.
Day Chevrolet. Days gets it done.
Find new roads.
Hey, folks, we're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office. We're North Georgia's only live online morning show. The phone number to contact me 24/7. Send a text. Send a great video like you did, Chief, at fetchernews.com. The social media ways to follow us. You are the research department. By the way, Fannin County, Georgia, former chairman, we have a commission chair. There's a 3-man or woman in Fannin County, Georgia. Former commission chair Howie Bruce was arrested again for the second time. Way to go, Howie, pulling off number 2. The first time for methamphetamines, I guess maybe a year ago, 6 months, 8 months, as Howie was looking down his nose at others for several years. Just my opinion, maybe just a little better than everybody else. Get arrested for methamphetamines. FetcherNews.com. We put it up there, and we were told on social media, wait for the truth to come out. Now you guys are out there. The truth to come out. Fake your news. Fetcher News is fake. Blah, blah, blah. Well, Howie happened to have a little heroin with him this time. A little heroin and methamphetamines for the second time. Arrested yesterday. You can find that and other great stories on FetcherNews.com. Fannin County, Howie Bruce arrested for the second time. We wish you well, Howie. We don't make light of drug addiction. So, moving right along. It's almost like Trump saying something about Biden's mask. Moving right along, our second little Fannin County tidbit of the day, annexation. You can find on FetcherNews.com, Blue Ridge is trying to annex. You know, here's what I want you to do, and I'll get back to national stuff. You go and look up how much of Fannin County, Georgia is national forest. I'm throwing a number out. Is it 17%? I mean, I think it's higher. It might be 70%. I don't know. But most, allergies. No COVID-19. Just relax. I had to sneeze. The world, you know, it's not like it doesn't happen. Most of Fannin County, Georgia is national forest. So once the government claims most and Blue Ridge, the city's annexation, how much will be left out in the county? So here's what I'm going to do. If you have questions on annexation, first of all, there is a annexation tabled amid accusations of secret meetings on Fannin County, FetcherNews.com. Friday at 11 o'clock. I am going to do a live annexation video. We are going to do a dash cam, and we're going to take you to all the areas they are asking to annex into the city so you can actually see it. And I am going to narrate that little road trip Friday at 11. So you got to make friends with us. Find our page, Fetcher News. Okay, so moving right along, our next segment, the mask. All right, so what say you? Are you now they're trying to make it a national thing, okay? Sorry about that. Number 13. We're going to get to a point here. Number 13. Trump denies mocking Biden. Why would I ever do a thing like that, right? About the mask. Okay. Now, we will get into number 2. Go ahead. Number 2, Georgia Republicans amid the aims to safely host RNC. We'll talk about that. But Alicia, what's her name? Bottoms. Keisha Lance Bottoms, the mayor of Atlanta says, hold on there. Hold on. Okay. So let me get to, so let's go to the convention host. GOP governors jockey to elbow out North Carolina. That's number 8. The reason that's important is because the mask, okay? Now, if the Republicans could pull off, all right, a convention with a crowd on TV, I'm so sorry to do this right now, but allergies in the mountains of North Georgia are starting to kick in, and I take a daily allergy pill. But if NASCAR's sitting empty, baseball stands are sitting empty, if Republicans end up in August, do you realize in August they would be September, October, 2 months before the election? If people live, if they come out of that convention and live, you could actually have basketball games, baseball games, football could start, right? If they live. So if between August 24th and 27th, you're sitting at home and you're not watching the sissified Democrat convention, okay, I can't call it gay because Richard Grinnell's gay and he's like one of my gayest heroes, right? So I can't do that. I can't call it that. We're going to call it sissified. There's a difference. You can be sissy. So if the sissies go on, okay, the pansies, sissies, pansies, whatever flower you want, if they go on and with their virtual convention because they care about you and I, and even through the virtual convention, they all wear a mask, okay? Now, if the Republicans show up at a convention center, and even if they go through the temperature, let me take your temperature, you're not going in if you're 99.3 or something. You're not going in, all right? So if they take your temperature and you go in, but if the Republicans pull off a 24th by 27th in full convention with the crazy hats and the signs and the cheering and the masks say Trump 2020, they're giving out at the door. And you look at thousands of people in there wanting to wearing their masks saying Trump 2020, right? And they live, the Democrats don't know what to do. They need Trump to get COVID and they need a couple people to die from the convention. But anyhow, you got that, all right? Let's go to hold on a minute. I'm going to find it here. Number 17. You should wear a mask to protect others. This is Mike DeWine, governor of Ohio. So they get him, Anderson Cooper, on there. He encourages you to wear the mask. Okay. Let's go to another mask raising incident here. Hold on a minute. Okay. Now we have Ralph Northam. Okay. Number 29. Virginia to require masks indoor public spaces. You're going to be required to wear a mask. Okay. Now, chopping up a baby and making the decision to kill a baby after it's born. Number 30, Virginia to require masks in indoor public spaces. 31. Now, 32 is the battle over the mask. Biden cares. Trump doesn't care. That's the difference. Number 33, okay. He does an interview with Dana Bash. Number 33, Trump mocks Biden for wearing mask in public, okay. Number 34, we showed you this one. We'll do it again. Number 35. Now, CNN and the rest of the world, right? They are absolutely unreal. Like the other day, the MSNBC guy is interviewing, talking and doing his story. Well, we're looking around. A lot of people are wearing masks. Some people are not wearing masks. We need to have masks, blah, blah, blah. And this guy walks by and he says, and some people are not wearing masks. And the guy says, yeah, like your cameraman. The cameraman standing out there, he has no mask on, right? Yeah, like your cameraman. Now, here's number 35. This is Dana Bash, okay? Now, I find it interesting that Dana Bash has no mask on. She's outdoors. Now, the guy asking Trump the question yesterday, we'll get there, he's outdoors. He's outdoors in the sunshine. There's no need to have a mask on. But now, take down your mask. I can't hear you. No, Mr. President, I'd prefer to wear my mask. So here's Dana Bash. Trump mocks Biden for wearing masks in public. Here they are. Look at these pansies, these sissies. Number 36. They're 12 feet apart. She's got her 6 foot. He's got his 12 feet apart. He does this interview. Trump mocks Biden for wearing mask in public. They're 12 feet apart. No mask. Mask free. They're like cage free. Free-range chickens is what they are. Right there. They're like free-range chickens. That's who they are. Okay. And let me get to the mask. We're going to keep going to the mask. See if I have anything else on the mask. Hold on. Number 55. Biden urges face mask, calls Trump a fool for not wearing one. A fool for not wearing one. Okay. Uh, see if I have another couple masks. All right. 65. This is on MSNBC at 6 a.m. this morning. Biden responds to Trump mocking him for wearing a mask. An absolute fool to talk that way. He's not a leader. He thinks he's a macho man. Okay. See if I have another mask. All right. Let's take, let me just say this because I want to get one more segment in. They want to make sure, one, the mask is something the media pushes for you to feel better about yourself, that you're helping save lives. Okay. Everything is about you helping save lives. We are in this together, and Democrats care. So if they can only get Trump sick, we go over 100,000 and they hold the convention in a red state, okay, and 3 people die, this could all work out for them, the deep state. Take a break. We'll be right back to wrap the show up.
Circuit World has complete queen bedroom packages at amazing prices. Get this queen bed, dresser and mirror, one nightstand, bedding set, and free 32-inch TV, all for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. Or get this complete queen bedroom set and sleep in style, also for only $1799.99 or $129.99 a month. What an incredible deal! Stop in today at one of our 5 locations and get the furniture you've always wanted at Circuit World.
North Georgia Diamond is your source for diamonds in North Georgia.
I'm Jeff Riblett, President of Asset Protection Group. As a certified financial planner and with 20 years experience, I've helped thousands of families and business owners create a tremendous amount of wealth. Fortunately, most of that wealth has been protected. Don't allow an unforeseen life event, such as a nursing home stay or the next market meltdown, destroy your family's wealth. Be smart. Call me. Let's determine how best to protect your assets and preserve your wealth.
In 1981, Reed Nicholson began selling tires out of an old barn in Mineral Bluff. Little did he know that he had just laid the groundwork for the most trusted names in automotive services in the Blue Ridge area. In 1997, Nicholson Tire Center became what it is today, holding the same values of faith, family, and great customer service. 2 locations to serve you, and the Blue Ridge location is currently expanding to offer fast service and the largest U-Haul provider in Georgia. Nicholson Tire Center, Blue Ridge, and Mineral Bluff.
We're back. I'm your host, BKP. Good morning from the office, North Georgia's only live online morning show. I got a great text here. Keep in mind the Georgia World Congress Center and Centennial Park are state property. The mayor has absolutely no jurisdiction in any of these areas. So Keisha Lance Bottom, the mayor of Atlanta, said, not so fast. So let's run through this really quick and see if you have the video up. Let's see what I have here. There's number 8, GOP governors jockey to elbow out North Carolina for the convention. That was number 8. Get a couple quick ones in here before we get to the video. If we could just get them to have a convention. See, if you have, it's going to start showing up that Republican governors, Kemp, Justice in West Virginia, Bill Lee, Ron DeSantis in Florida, it's going to start showing up. You're going to start seeing economic growth in these states and no crisis, no pandemic crisis to speak of. And you're going to see these other states, Democrat states, where they're dying, okay? So let me run through these. Give me number, we've talked about the masks. 38, Trump gives North Carolina 1 week to decide on hosting RNC convention. They've got to take this down. A successful convention is bad. It opens the doors for a concert next week. Number 39, Trump to Cooper, you have a week to decide. Okay. Number 40, Governor Roy Cooper of North Carolina has a week to decide. She's holding up one finger. 1 week you've got to decide. If it leaves North Carolina, now they're trying to paint that Trump wants to punish a blue state by leaving the convention. They're trying to paint if they can do like Democrats and have a somewhat of a virtual sissy pansy debate, that it would be best for everybody. But they hate blue states, so they're going to leave. Cooper's in a mess, okay? Number 41. Trump gives governor 1 week. 42. States are trying to lure the Republican National Convention away from North Carolina. Okay. 43. With world-class facilities, Kemp says, Donald, come here. We can make up. We could shake hands on stage again. We could do that one more time. I will need that. Number 44, Ron DeSantis says, you like me better than Kemp? I didn't turn my, Donald, you like me. We'd love to host your convention, okay? 46, GOP officials pitch their states as convention sites, okay? Now let's go to the video. Did you pull the video out like I told you? Did you find the one? Let's play this video if you have it.
Here with Dr. Jeffrey Galvin again. We are checking back in. He's an emergency medicine physician and also owner of Vitality Medical Wellness. You just got off of an ER shift, so thanks for doing this. But it's important. I wanted to get in touch with you because the Republican National Convention is supposed to be in Charlotte in August, the end of August. But our president tweeted out saying that it might not happen. He might be forced to move it if North Carolina doesn't guarantee that he can have the Spectrum Arena at full capacity, which would be a little more than 20,000 people. And again, this is in a couple months from now. August 24th is when this convention is supposed to take place. We know right now we are in still phase 2, which is not even, it's a modified phase 2, not even the full reopening for phase 2. So we still don't have gyms and playgrounds open. We're still taking it slowly. The guidelines are right now in North Carolina, 10 people for a gathering or less. not 20,000 certainly. So Charlotte city leaders are still trying to figure out what to do, and they say that they'll respond by next month, so by sometime in June. But what is your expert opinion, a medical opinion? Is it safe at any point? Because by August, we're certainly not going to have a vaccine.
Right. So let me think about this for a half a second. No, it's not safe. Absolutely not.
You don't think there is any sort of scenario where Charlotte could hold something like the Republican National Convention at the Spectrum Arena with thousands of people inside and have it be safe?
I think that it's unreasonable to think that you could put 20,000 people in an enclosed arena, many of them older, right? Because, you know, people that go to these conventions are a lot of them are older people that may have medical problems in an enclosed space 2 months from now and be able to guarantee their safety. There's no way. And why do I say that? Like, am I just saying that out of my gut? No, I'm saying that because what do we know about infection? Infection requires two things: exposure plus time. And so what does exposure mean? Well, we think that you probably need to inhale or get exposed to maybe 1,000 virus particles in order to get infected. Now, if we sneeze or cough, we probably expel millions of particles, but we also expel them if we're infected by just breathing or sitting around. So let's take, for example, that you and I are sitting in a regular sized room, maybe 6 feet apart, and we're not doing anything, we're both reading, and I happen to be infected. As I breathe in and out, I'm going to be releasing small amounts of virus. Not a huge amount, but a small amount. And most of it's going to kind of, I'm not talking or anything, so most of it's going to kind of come out and fall directly probably in my lap.
They're bringing in the doctors. I have to come back. We got to hurry up. I got some other things. Bringing in the doctors. Let me think about this a half a second. No, he wants to go to 10 people to 20K. And if you sneeze, there's 20 million particles. You know what? Those big conventions had those massive bathrooms. I want to know about particles when you take a dump. I know you're like, oh my God, you had to say that. Yeah, I want to know how many particles are out there when 9 guys or 9 women are in the restroom. I'm telling you, this is messed up. So no, you will be around. It's not safe. They're old people. They're sweaty old people. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't go to these bathrooms. There's particles everywhere. It won't happen. They're bringing in the doctors, okay? So if Trump moves, one, I will tell you this. Delegates, get ready, because you are going to receive the best rates ever. Because let me tell you something. I think there's some hotels in Tampa, Atlanta, Orlando, Miami, wherever they decide. I think there's some hotels ready to cut you some rates. Like you're going to be staying at 5-star places for, $49.99 a night, right? Where it's usually $350. I'm telling you what, restaurants can't wait. There are cities that cannot wait for convention restaurants, cannot wait. Okay. Taxi drivers, Uber, Lyft can't wait for you to get there. The guy on the sidewalk that's been waiting to sell his Trump hat and his pinwheels and everything that say Trump, he can't wait. She can't wait for you to get there. The guy that's got the little sausage vendor thing that wants you to buy a sausage on the way in, they can't wait for you to get there. They are wanting you to come to their city, watch and see. The only, what's a big only, besides the doctor, there'll be an only of a group. Oh, can you say only a group? But there'll be a group they assemble to try to talk down, like 10 people to talk down you in the convention, while thousands of people will be glad you're here. Okay? Period. All right? Just saying. So Charlotte, I think, is going to be out. I'm not for sure what they're going to do, because first of all, hotels. Look, let me tell you something. When you go to a convention, all right, hotels have lobbies for a reason, because they got the hotel lobby bar. And look, what did you think happened today? I thought so. Look, meet me in the bar, okay? Next thing you know, there's 20 people in the bar. I'm telling you, that's a convention. All I say. Now, just saying. I got a couple minutes left. Let's go to number 49. Republicans sue Pelosi to block House proxy vote. Okay. Number 50, House Republicans sue Nancy Pelosi. Each individual member of Congress has their vote unconstitutionally diluted by this proxy vote, and their constituents have their representative in Congress diluted by the unconstitutional House rule. Number 51, Pelosi blasts House Republicans over lawsuit to halt proxy vote. Sad stunt. Kevin McCarthy, the GOP leader in the House. Number 52, I just filed a lawsuit in federal court to overturn Speaker Pelosi's unconstitutional proxy voting scheme. It could allow as few as 20 representatives to control votes of 220. This is not the representative democracy our founders envisioned or what our Constitution allows. Look this up today. Take the time to do the research. We have to overturn this proxy vote, okay? I think the first one is supposed to take place today, all right? Now, number 45, 4 officials fired after the death of George Floyd, okay? I do not want to make comment here. I want to be cautious in how. All right, I've seen the video. I get it, okay? I just do not want to see this politicized and become, look, Democrats have been looking for Trump's Katrina, okay? They've been looking for Trump's Katrina for God knows how long, right? That's COVID-19, 100,000 dead. Trump didn't send the life rafts fast enough, right? I'm serious, right? So give me number 48. So the Katrina is 100,000. They can't wait. 47. I can't breathe. Please, the knee is on my neck. I can't breathe, sir. Okay. This they want to be, and this is in Minneapolis after death of George Floyd, number 56. Okay. This they want to be their Ferguson. So they've got their Katrina, and they are, I told you this, you're getting tired of this already today, but number 70, they're treating their Katrina is the COVID-19 pandemic. Here is the death toll, 70, right, according to them, number 70 there, 99,706, right, just shy of 100. They're treating it like a telethon. Can you bring out the tote board? They cannot wait for that to say 100,000. That's their Katrina. They want this to be their Ferguson, okay? And it's almost like they have the Black American, I'll call him not African, the Black American down there. Is it Savannah or where it's at in Georgia? Just escapes me right now. No disrespect to African Americans in any way whatsoever. But they have that and they have this. This is their Ferguson. Is what they want. If they can now just get the convention somewhere, if they could get, if Trump gets COVID, now I will tell you, I told you he's rolling the big dice, okay? If Biden's over here with a mask on and Trump has no mask, if Trump ends up with COVID-19, that's what they're hoping, if we could just get him sick. So that being said, probably going to leave off. Let me go to here. Number 98. Don't forget, they're bringing in the 98. They're bringing in Al Sharpton, the domestic terrorist. He doesn't know whether to go to Georgia or he's on his way to Minnesota. And he is the black. They are trying to make Joe Biden look good again with black voters. Let me tell you something. If you were wondering if the media is corrupt, and I know this statement right here, this close to the close of the show, look at what the media has done to run cover for Joe Biden with Tara Reid that has more proof or much more to go on than Christine Blasey Ford did They couldn't remember if there was a party, where there was a party, and if she was even upstairs at the party at that time with Supreme Court Justice Brett Kavanaugh. All right. The Me Too movement, Democrats, Nancy Pelosi, the media, they went right over. You don't even read Tara Reid. Now, popcorn, right? Joe Biden, as he confronted popcorn at the city pool as he was a lifeguard and said, popcorn, get down from there. And he had to go to a straight razor fight. This is true. Look it up. It's the craziest damn video. Joe Biden will say anything. Now he has the, if you are even questioning whether to vote for me or Trump, I got to question your blackness. This is blown up. So now they're bringing in the Democrat, the black vote Democrat pimp. Yes, he pimps out all the blacks to get the vote. Play another minute of go to the video that we held at Joe Biden's bumbling idiot video. Let's play a minute and a half so we can close.
3-0 and help me in this fight. If you want to be part of this campaign, pick up your phones. Pick up your phones now. Send a text to the word United to the number 30330 30330 or 303-330 or BOO. Wait. You got it. It's on the back there. Now he's feeling the pressure of an economy that's teetering on a recession. To say that LGBTQ people have no civil rights. And immediately changed the law in the state of Delaware protecting transgender people. I took on Putin in terms of Iraq. In terms of what was going on in Ukraine. My long friend, time friend, and she's a friend. She's been my friend in and out of public life. It will cost 1/30th. Costs a lot of money. Almost $740 billion to do what I want to do over 10 years. But not $30 trillion. Not $30 trillion. Among many qualified people, I'm the best qualified person for this job.
All right, so this is the best I could do with 6 minutes left. Is Kelly Loeffler, number one? Did she have her best day in the media yesterday? We will get into that tomorrow. Georgia Senator Loeffler confirms Fed cleared her of stock trading violations. Here is the statement her campaign put out. I know you don't like it. If her campaign put out number 10, Loeffler's campaign today's clear exoneration by the Department of Justice affirms what Senator Loeffler has said all along, her claim all along. She did nothing wrong. This was a politically motivated attack, shamelessly promoted by the fake news media. Let me look around. And her political opponent, Senator Loeffler, will continue to focus her full attention on delivering results for Georgians. So that's her statement. Okay. Let me get one more up here. I want to get, that's her statement this morning. And I had something else I wanted to cover before we left today. And I may not be able to get to it here. So anyhow, number 28, the cautious reopening. Okay. Now, tomorrow we'll get into, oh, wait a minute. I did want to get into something else. Society. Okay. Where's he at here? It'll take just a minute. Here's number 82. This is your new acting director. Trump's new intelligence chief spells trouble. This is an article that's out. They're already going for it. John Ratcliffe is the least qualified director of national intelligence in history and a staunch partisan as well. See, I thought that was the last guy. I thought Richard Grenell was the least qualified. That's what I thought. Now Ratcliffe is. Okay, spells trouble. And he's partisan too. I mean, he is the new acting director of national intelligence. Now, Richard Grenell, number 4, Grinnell declassifies document that's very significant to origins of Russian investigation. And number 6, Grinnell declassifies documents. Number 6. And as you well know, we're going to go out with this. This is how excited Richard Grinnell needs a day off. And he's going out tonight, and he doesn't care who likes it and what anybody says. Number 5, Richard, enjoy yourself as you're out there partying on the scene. There you go. Get your party on, Richard. Just saying. I'm your host, BKP. We're going to leave a minute or two early. I have to be in an appointment at 10:30, so I'm going to get right. I'm going to skedaddle. Who skedaddles anymore? Joe Biden, the mask man. There he is. He's got a mask. I'm your host. Take us out of here.